Okay, now that I've resolved myself to try to wrap up this iteration of this particular program in the near future, I'm going to start covering some bases that I have wanted to touch upon before I cut it the fuck off and put it behind some kind of fucking paywall. All right? If I can get this thing to like 300 episodes, which I'm about 45 away from, I would think that would be a significant body of work, something to build upon, and something to feel some mild, vague, meaningless achievement around. Now, today we have a fairly unremarkable bag of chips that we have to suffer through, a flavor I probably wouldn't select for myself, but seeing as how it was donated by the illustrious Tim Toe, a great artist in Germany, I'm gonna go through it and I'm just gonna use it as an opportunity to talk about a subject that I've been meaning to touch on and haven't, which is germane to the program overall, but not specifically to this bag of chips, which is from the CHIPSFRISCH, Funny Frisch company, and it's chili cheese fries. Okay, that's what I think about this already. But what I really want to talk about, or I feel like I should talk about because it's related to the overall subject, is the topic of seed oils. I've talked about MSG, I've talked about potato chip making in all its forms, and done some research on a bunch of subjects that relate to this, but never really, oh God, it stinks. Never really talked too much about seed oils, and seeing as how they're in the news right now because I guess we have an incoming Health and Human Services Secretary as in the form of RFK Jr., who has railed against seed oils, and many people who have watched me debase myself in this forum here have also raised the alarm about that subject as well. So let me tell you what I think I know. Did a little Googling. Now, I don't think I'm going to do that effective of a job conveying this information as some of the other info I have, like the MSG subject. But from what I could ascertain from looking at, supposedly reputable health and medical journals online, or the concern or the unhealthfulness of seed oils is somewhat overblown. These are okay, actually. Get into that later. The reason why a lot of these fast food and snack food companies use seed oils, also known as vegetable oils, from corn oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, things of that nature. Cottonseed oil, is that a thing? Is that for one, they're cheap, and that's the main reason. And also because they're generally flavorless and have a higher smoke point, which I guess that means when it starts to get to a certain temperature and starts to cook off. Olive oil is considered to be one of the healthiest oils to cook with, but it has a low smoke point, which means like if it gets too hot, it's going to evaporate. Not necessarily ideal for deep frying, which is what potato chips are subject to. Also, some of the healthier oils like coconut, avocado oil have sort of pretty strong flavors, and they don't lend themselves to making potato chips because the oil taste will dominate the weak, whack, and flimsy flavorings that they put on these fucking stupid things. So I have to use blender oils. Now, one concern is that the way these oils are made is that the raw materials are bathed in some sort of solvent, which breaks them down and separates the oil from the rest of the seed. And then those solvents are cooked off. Some people think that those solvents are pretty fucking bad for you. And they would be if you consume them, but apparently during the refining process, they're removed, so they're not there. So that's that. The other more complicated concern is, which I've read about a lot and was too stupid to completely absorb the information, the different types of like saturated and unsaturated omega-3, omega-6, omega-9 oils that are all generally probably good for you are out of balance, and that there's like too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3 and high in cholesterol. Whole cholesterol debate is continually shifting, and this whole argument against good and bad cholesterol and how they sort of cancel each other out. Sort of tied up in the seed oil debate. But there's nothing specifically, as far as my reading tells me, bad about seed oils as opposed to other fucking oils. What seems to boil down to more than anything about what makes seed oils unhealthy is that generally unhealthy foods are cooked in them. Case in point, these fucking potato chips, fast food, junk food with a lot of over-processed carbohydrates and sugars and sodium and nutritionless crap, you know, that's bad for you. Well, and all this over-processed, junky bullshit food that's killing us. I mean, I generally think RFK Jr. is kind of a crank, but even a crank can be right every once in a while, and I think he is correct in saying that the American diet is really fucking shitty because of all the over-processed fast food bullshit that we eat. That's fucking true. So you gonna do anything about it in this incoming administration that's gonna actually help anybody? I don't know, because I'm imagining that the fast food lobby got way more power and way more money tied up in politics than some fucking schmuck with some government title is gonna be able to fix. Don't eat this shit, that's my advice. So, overall, of all the bad things that are in processed food that's making us sick and killing us, the seed oils are the least of the problem. So, at least that's what my research told me. And it was only sort of like a brief cursory reading while I was sitting on the toilet, so I don't know if I got it all completely right, but that's sort of the gist of it. As far as this bag of chips go, I mean, it's got a taste of cheese on it, sort of, and it's got a little bit of a note of chili. Other than that, it's like whatever. It's okay. Nothing special. But gave my stupid little mouth something to keep itself occupied in between all those very important words that were coming out of it.